when you have a chance and you can see in the daytime, this is where you come to make a judgment on the balance between the rear part of the tandem and the front part of the tandem. Here, the upper part where the suspension leaf hinges, and the lower part where the tension bar is hooked. So on this side you have a leaf, a suspension leaf, and this side you have a leaf. When you look carefully, you have to have this distance from here to here equal this distance from here to here. You look from a distance, you can tell this cross have to be balanced. This side and this side have to be leveled. If they are leveled, it tells you that the rear spring, suspension spring or leaf, and the front leaf are equally loaded. If that balance is tilted, that means that you have a failure in the suspension. A failure in the suspension will lead to the drop of the container on the wheel from one side, and from a distance you can see your trailer is tilted, especially when you have a heavy load. If you come here to try to see how far does the suspension leaf travel, you can see here, but you will not see whether the two slices, the two pieces of the leaves are sliding on each other or sliding away from the center. Because this entire axle is suspended, is connected to the tractor by this U junction. There's two junction. So if that entire axle slides to the front or the back, you are going to have the same hinging of the spring, but the balance bar, this balance bar, horizontal bar, is not going to be leveled. So we are balanced here. Last time I have a tilted container, there was a serious problem with the balance. When you come here, you have to have balance. You look from a distance. Here you have a little unbalance, because this side is a little bit up, this side is a little bit down. You look carefully. Is that serious, or is it going to correct itself? We also might be parking on an incline. Before I leave, I have just to notice the distance between this tire and the frame. Look at this distance, and we go to the other side and try to make an observation to see why we have one side. And then if you cannot make a determination now, you have to stop. Only thing here I can do is putting my hand on this side. This is the rear side, stretched. If I come here to the rear side, yes, so that the trailer is tilted to the other side, whether because of the asphalt or because there is a problem. We will figure that when we drive. Let us compare this container. This one also elevated this side and lowered on this side. But this trailer is loaded. We will figure that later on when we stop, to see whether the ground is making a problem. whether the concrete, because you can tell the water is running this way. The water is running this way, which make it, this part is higher, this part is lower, so your container will be tilted this part, this way, or the other way.